Hello and welcome to Undercover Kitty /UK Media. This is the first episode that I'm going to be shooting on the subject of domestic terrorism in Canada and specifically in the Toronto area. Something that we don't hear a whole lot about. Some of it is covered up, which is something that I'm going to expose and uncover basically. I'm going to show you some of the causes for it. I'm also going to delve into a little bit of the histories, such as the FLQ, the Toronto 18 that we've had. I'm going to uncover a couple of stories that you probably did not know about, such as an acid attack on our subway system not too long ago, a bank robbery that was actually not a bank robbery up in the York region where a person went in with weapons and a suicide vest solely for the purpose of killing people. These are things you probably haven't heard about. You will hear. I'm also going to talk a lot about how people get radicalized, specifically through the universities. There's a huge problem right now with the universities radicalizing students into various Islamic terrorist organizations, Muslim Brotherhood being sort of like the big one, through many of the more radical student unions. Yes, I'm going to name names. I'm going to be pointing fingers. I'm going to piss a lot of people off. And I really don't care, because it's about time that Toronto and Canada got to wake up and see exactly what's going on right under their noses with a government who's actually caving into groups like this, giving them support financially, possibly even logistically, and this has got to end. And if stuff like this is going to help expose this sort of thing, so be it. You notice that I'm shooting this introduction right in front of Toronto Police Headquarters right now. There is a reason for that, because while I have a great deal of respect and support for our Toronto Police Services, the sad part is that in some cases, in the case of domestic terrorism, for example, it seems to me that there is an attempt to cover things up, or at least withhold certain information from the public. I'll explain why that is as well, because from their point of view, I understand the logic behind it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I do understand it, and I will explain that in detail in another episode at some point later on. So, while we ponder over what's going to be coming in this series over the next year or so, because this will take quite a while to shoot, because there are going to be many parts to this. Like, give some thought as to exactly what you've witnessed in the city over the years, what exactly has happened, possibly even why. A couple of examples: the terrorist van attack on Yonge Street. Well, some will tell you that was not a terrorist attack. I beg to differ, and I'm going to show proof to support my position. Some will say the shooting on Danforth Avenue was not a terrorist attack. I beg to differ, and I'm going to show you proof that I am right. So stay tuned. Keep tuning into, checking into this channel periodically, and hopefully I'll open your eyes to a little bit. The last thing I do want to talk about, though, is like the antifa anarchist group. If there's any question that this is an actual bona fide domestic terrorist organization, I guarantee you I'm going to show you ample proof of that. And if you're a member of Antifa or an anarchist organization, you can be certain I'm naming names, maybe yours. I'm going to be pointing fingers, quite possibly at you. And I'm going to show you what your actions are. I'm going to show you your words. I'm not mincing anything here. This is, you guys wanted to destroy the city? Well, it's time citizens fight back. Citizen journalists will fight back, and hopefully law enforcement will start taking notice and taking you guys down the way you deserve. On that note, I'm going to leave everybody with just have yourself a good, happy day, and stay tuned. Thank you very much.